Hi viewers, this is your Shafiq sir. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today also I am going to explain the one important topic to you. So like that, what is the reasons of downward sloping of demand curve? So already it is a one continuous class about the law of demand. So you know that law of demand theory. So here, what is the reasons for the downward sloping of the demand curve? Let us discuss that topic. So why? Because demand curve goes to left to right downwards. What is that main reasons? Okay. So today discuss about that. Reasons for the downward slope of demand curve. What is the reasons for the downward slope of demand curve? So before that, everyone please subscribe my channel, so which is very important one. Further more interesting videos purpose, your support is very important one. Okay, so here reasons for the downward slope of demand curve. What is the reasons? First reason is law of diminishing marginal utility. So previous in our previous classes I am already explained about that. What is the law of diminishing marginal utility theory? Total that long answer I am clearly explained about that. Law of diminishing marginal utility theory is also one of the main reason for the downward slope of demand curve. So here before that, so why? Because demand curve is going to the downward slope. So listen here, there is a one formula is there. Dn is equal function of price of x, price of y, t, y. So these are the one equation. Okay, dn is nothing but demand. Dn is nothing but demand. Dn is nothing demand for number of commodities. F is nothing but functional relationship. This is the first factor, and this is the second factor. This is the third factor. This is the fourth factors. This demand depends upon these four factors. Are you clear or not? So this is the demand called as a demand function. So here dn, so demand of the number of goods depends upon the price of x commodity, price of y commodity. T is nothing but technology, y is nothing but income, and prices of substitute and complementary goods also. So here demand of the number of goods depends upon the first of all price of the x commodity. So according to the law of demand, when the price increases, goods demand will be decreases. When the price decreases, goods demand will be increases. This is the called as a law of demand. Law of demand. There is a negative relationship is there between the price and demand. According to the law of demand, price increases, demand will be decreases, price decreases, demand will be decreases. So that's why demand curve goes to left to right downwards. Demand curve goes to left to right downwards. This is the demand curve. It is going to the left to right downwards. Okay, why? Because going to left to right downwards, because when the price increases, demand will be decreases, price increases, decreases, demand will be increases. That's why demand curve goes to left to right downwards. Okay, are you correct or not? So what is the main reasons for the downward sloping of demand curve? What is the main reason for the downward sloping of demand curve? So let us discuss that reasons. Simple one. First one, what is the first reason? Law of diminishing marginal utility theory. Law of diminishing marginal utility theory. So law of diminishing marginal utility theory, already you know that if the consumer consuming the more and more goods, your satisfaction will be gradually decreases. You know that. So when the consumer consuming the more and more goods, your satisfaction level will be decreases. Means if the quantity increases, that satisfaction level will be gradually decreases. That is called as a law of diminishing marginal utility theory. So here there is a negative relationship is there. Quantity increases, their satisfaction level also decreases. That's why their demand curve is also going to the left to right downwards. This is the first reason for the reason for the downward sloping of demand curve. Law of diminishing marginal utility theory. So what is the first reason? If the price increases, consumption will be decreases. Consumer consumption decreases, automatically demand also decreases. సో ఒక వస్తువు యొక్క ధర తగ్గినప్పుడు, ఇంక్రీజ్ అయినప్పుడు, ప్రైస్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయితే కన్జంప్షన్ ఏం చేస్తాం మనము? కన్జంప్షన్ని డిక్రీజ్ చేస్తాము, తక్కువ వస్తువులను ఉపయోగించుకుంటాము. ఇప్పుడు డిమాండ్ ఏమవుతుంది? డిమాండ్ ఆల్సో డిక్రీజెస్. దేర్ ఈజ్ ఏ నెగటివ్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఇస్ దేర్. ప్రైస్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయినప్పుడు కన్జంప్షన్ డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది, వినియోగం తగ్గిస్తాము, డిమాండ్ ఆల్సో decreases. So there is a negative relationship is there. That's why this demand curve goes to left to right downwards. Are you correct or not? So another example here, when the quantity increases, quantity means goods consumption increases, your satisfaction level decreases. When the satisfaction level decreases, that's goods price also decreases. That's why demand curve goes to left to right downwards. This is the first reason for the downward slope of demand curve, that is diminishing marginal utility. Okay. And what is the another reason for the downward sloping of demand curve? That is the substitution effect. So there is a different meaning is there. Substitute demand is different, substitution effect is different. So that's why demand is different than the substitution effect. So what is the substitution effect? You know that here tea and coffee both are the substitute goods. Tea and coffee are both are the substitute goods. Listen here, if the tea price, so according to that law of demand says that if the price increases, demand should be decreases, price decreases, demand should be increases. That's why demand curve goes to left to right downwards. So here what is the another important reason? Substitution effect is nothing but tea and coffee both are the substitute goods. For example, tea price increases. If the tea price increases, their demand will be decreases. Tea price increases, the demand will be decreases. Tea price decreases, their demand will be increases. So there is also negative relationship is there. If the tea price increases, tea demand decreases. Tea price decreases, tea demand will be increases. So that's why demand curve goes to left to right downwards. So here this is also called as a substitution effect. So 5 rupees, for example, tea price 5 rupees is there, 5 rupees. So if the tea price increases, their tea demand will be increases. If the tea price decreases, their tea demand also increases. So here, tea price increases, demand for tea decreases, and demand for coffee increases, and vice versa. So that is called as substitution effect. Okay, substitution effect. So listen here, coffee price, for example, 5 rupees is there, coffee price 5 rupees is there, how much demand is there? 10 coffee demand is there, 10 cup of coffee demand, tea demand is there. When the coffee price decreases 5 rupees to 6 rupees, that coffee demand also increases 10 to 12. So it's mean there is a negative relationship is there. So that's why here, the demand curve goes to left to right, downwards. And another main reason is income effect. So I am already told about that demand is different, demand effect is the substitution demand is different, and substitution effect is different. Okay, what is the income effect? For example, income effect is nothing. For example, a is the person, his total income is 100 rupees is there, 100 rupees. So he want to purchase the pens. Each one pen price is 10 rupees, 10 rupees. Okay, and for example, pen price decreases 9 rupees, automatically their demand also increases, their demand also increases. So listen here, income effect. So when the price of the pen decreases, their real income increases. Real income means, so the purchasing power of the consumer also increases. When the price decreases, the real income of the consumer increases, means the purchasing power will be increases. Automatically they can purchase the more goods, demand for the goods also increases. Okay, so this is called as a income effect. When the price increases, when the price increases, and real income, real income also decreases, real income also decreases, their demand also decreases, demand also, goods demand also decreases. This is also one reason. Okay, there is a negative relationship is there. When the price of the good increases, decreases, the real income also increases. Automatically he can purchase the more demand, more goods, that consumer can purchase the more goods. When the price increases, real income of the consumer decreases, and the demand also decreases. There is a negative relationship is there. That's why demand curve goes to left to right, downwards. Okay, that is income effect. And third one, new and old buyers, new and old buyers. This is also one important reason for the downward sloping of demand curve, new and old buyers. For example, if the price increases, if the price increases, any commodity price is increases, so the buyers also decreases, buyers also decreases. When the buyers decreases, goods demand also decreases. సింపుల్ లాజిక్. ధరలు ఎక్కువగా ఉన్నప్పుడు కొనుగోలు చేసేవారు తగ్గిపోతారు, బయ్యర్స్ అనేటువంటి వాళ్ళలో డిక్రీజ్ అవుతున్నారు, బయ్యర్స్ డిక్రీజెస్, అండ్ డిమాండ్ ఆల్సో, డిమాండ్ ఫర్ గూడ్స్ ఆల్సో డిక్రీజెస్. సో దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ నెగటివ్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఇస్ దేర్, ప్రైస్ ఇంక్రీజెస్, డిమాండ్ ఆల్సో డిక్రీజెస్, అండ్ When the price decreases, buyers increases. New buyers also attracted that market. New buyers also can purchase that goods, and the demand for goods also increases because there is a low price is there. New buyers also entered in the market and they attracted that, and their demand also increases. Goods demand also increases. So that's why there is a negative relationship is there. That's why demand curve goes to left to right, downwards. New and old buyers. Are you understand that? And multiple use of commodity. So multiple use means one commodity is using for the multiple purpose, like that milk is very important. It is useful for the multiple purpose, like that making the tea purpose, sweets purpose, curd purpose, ghee purpose, different use purpose we can use that milk. That is also multiple use of goods. And electricity also called as a multiple use goods. So it is the using for the domestic purpose, it is using for the industrial purpose. And if the electricity price decreases, so we can use that electricity for the multiple uses purpose. So the here, for example, electricity. If the electricity price per unit price increases, that multiple use of electricity will be decreases means demand will be decreases. Are you correct or not? So if there is a high cost is there, per unit cost 20 rupees, 30 rupees is there, automatically we can reduce that demand. So మనం అప్పుడు కూలర్స్ వాడము, ఏసీ వాడము, because of there is a high price is there, high cost is there. When the electricity price is decreases, చాలా తక్కువ ఉంది, కాస్ట్ తక్కువగా ఉన్నప్పుడు దాన్ని మనం అన్ని యూజెస్కి యూజ్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి ద డిమాండ్ ఆల్సో ఇంక్రీజెస్. ప్రైస్ ఇంక్రీజెస్, డిమాండ్ విల్ బి డిక్రీజెస్. Price decreases, demand will be increases. So that's why there is a negative relationship is there. That's why demand curve goes to left to right, downwards. Are you correct or not? Milk also same example. If the milk is very cheap, price is decreases, automatically we can use that multiple use purpose. The demand for the sweets also increases, and another milk made products demand also increases because of milk price is very low is there. So generally when the milk price is very high is there, per liter 200 rupees, 300 rupees, automatically that multiple uses also decreases, like that milk made products demand will be decreases. There is a negative relationship is there between the milk and electricity. That's why demand curve goes to left to right, downwards, left to right, downwards. I understand that there are the 5 regions are there. So what is the 5 regions? First one, so here law of diminishing marginal utility, this is also first region. Second region, substitution effect is there. Third region, income effect is there. New and old buyers also main reason to downward slope of demand curve. Multiple use of commodity also one of the main reason to downward slope of demand curve. Okay, this is the very important 5 reasons is there. Okay, if it is useful to you, please subscribe my channel. Okay, right, thank you.